Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Ripto. Today we are going to be talking about a token that seems to be picking up momentum and coming up in the top of the searches. But this is no ordinary token. This is a token that claims to be revolutionizing the bridge between cryptocurrency and the stock markets. So we're going to look into what is Tenset and how it's going to achieve this and what makes it so special and so unique in the crypto world. So if you want to find out more about Tenset, stay tuned and let's get into the video. Welcome everyone. So Tenset, this is a revolutionary token that seems to be going against the grain and aiming to bring cryptocurrency in line with the stock market and sort of try and merge them together. Now we're going to have a look at the website, we're going to have a look at the socials, and we're going to have a look at the all-important price trial action. But what I'm going to throw in the mix today is also a little bit of a video that's from Tenset that explains to you how it plans to do this and how it plans to revolutionize. Because to me, this is a bit of a mind-blowing concept. But more importantly, the token seems to be doing really well, as you'll see in the price chart action. Straight off the bat from launch, it didn't really drop down that much. So we're going to have a look why that is and where we see the price action going for Tenset. So let's jump straight into Tenset. Here, Tenset's up today by nearly 21%, which is quite good in this market area and seems to be getting a bit of momentum. Now, there is a little disclaimer on here saying that Tenset's market cap has not been certified yet and it's not just come through. So it's just a self-proclaimed market cap. But Tenset has got a lot of momentum and it is trending on the market cap. And a lot of people are finding this because it's not like, you know, it's a token that's a gaming token or the NFT that's pumping. This is going against the grain and is actually a viable backed token that is purely for investments, bridging the crypto market with the stock market. And it is seeing good momentum in its price action today. So as you can see, price momentum, and it had a bit of a dip here, come all the way down. And as you can see, it sort of made some relatively decent gains. Now, I have to say, this price action here it's Ethereum gathering, and we're going to go into the price chart of its new action of the BEP20 token, which is the Binance Smart Chain. And but I just wanted to show you what the price action was saying about this, and really just to advise people to go and have a look at what Tenset is. If you're looking for a bit more long-term solid investing, then this is where you're going to look. And obviously I have to say, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. I'm just here for your educational purposes, as I always say. But Tenset is one of them ones that does have a lot more fundamentals. Now, jumping into the website, you'll see here, it does have a lot of information about what it is it's doing, the buyback, the ETF, the burning, etc. And I'm not going to go through this website. It's really comprehensive, so I'm not going to go through everything, but it does tell you a lot about the token. And as you can see here, the staking, the deflationary, the smart backing, and the launch pad. It's got a video which we're going to play in a second, and it's got a lot of information and an extensive roadmap that you can click into and see what it's been achieving and what it plans to achieve. But what's really more important with this Tenset is you can see, as we always say on Crypto Ripto, what is really important is you can see the core team behind it. And they have got an extensive kind of team. They've got a full diagnosed marketing team, which is another plus that we always say on Crypto Ripto. How is their marketing? What do they plan for with marketing? And here you can see that they are obviously planning to ramp up marketing quite big with a global team across the board. And they've got advisors and ambassadors, and they've got sort of like their core team, from their CEOs to their devs to their legal department, which to me seems like this is really ramping up and gearing up to be a long, viable and sustainable business, which is what we look to invest in at Crypto Ripto. And also the white paper, which I'll just click into here, is absolutely intense. It goes through quite a lot, and tells you about the Tenset team, tells you about the roadmap. It also tells you about a lot about what's going on with the token, where the sales pool's going, 10% of the lock team. The only thing I would say about this Tenset is there is a few addresses that seem to be unlocked and have like 10% of what seems to be about an $89 million market cap. So, you know, they have got a big 5% expenses kind of pool and marketing and stuff like that. But it does try and be as transparent as it can. And it does have, like I say, a lot of information on this white paper. So I would strongly suggest that you put Tenset on your radar and you go over, have a quick read of the white paper. And this will also back up the website's fundamentals of the team behind it. And it's got the tokenomics and it's got a broader picture of what the marketing team's on there and what budget they're allocating to that marketing team to make the longevity of Tenset more viable. Now, if we go into the last kind of important bit of the socials before we go on to the price chart, you'll see that Tenset has got quite a big following of 80.7 thousand. But again, like we see on a lot of this socials that we see on the Twitter, and we cannot confirm this because, like we say, sometimes that, you know, we are in a sort of a quieter period of the crypto market where people have lost interest a little bit. So this could have been the height of the bull market that they could have got these. But even said that, if you've got over 80,000, you'd like to see your engagement a little bit stronger. I mean, we did have a 2.4K here, but a relatively small engagement, which to me is not the greatest that you want to see. But again, it is obviously a strong social aspect. They do have a full marketing team and they do have this in other, as you can see here, we've got Tenset Japan, and they do have it in a broader, wide range of other languages, which is good to see and is a lot more than a lot of the tokens have. Now, before we go into the price chart action, I'm just going to go into a brief video of what Tenset is and give you a bit more of a background of it, and then we'll go into the all-important price action. So here is Tenset in their own words.
The fourth industrial revolution is happening right now in front of our eyes. New emerging technologies, decentralized finance, Internet of Things are just a few examples of what the future will hold. Some industries are fast adapting and testing new ideas, while others require more time, the right frameworks, and government regulations. At Tenset, we build bridges between cryptocurrencies and the world of traditional finance, speeding the transition to the new decentralized world. Tenset launched a second-generation ETF token. Tenset token is deflationary, offers smart staking and various mechanisms, ensuring its stable growth over time. Each transaction in the network subtracts 2% fees. Half of the fees are burned, which creates deflation and scarcity, while the other half gets distributed to everyone in the network as smart staking. There's no need to freeze your tokens or keeping them in any special wallets. Staking works for everyone, always. Tenset token is backed by carefully selected cryptocurrencies that generate profits from staking, yield farming, loans, and other decentralized mechanisms. 30% of the company profits are actively spent on buying back Tensets from exchanges. These tokens are also burned, which creates even more deflation and boosts the token price. Tenset is also building bridges with the stock market and the traditional world of finance. Our final goal is a seamless connection of various industries when the blockchain's best ideas are integrated directly into traditional finance. We're already working on integrations with Visa, Oracle, and many other solutions. Together at Tenset.io.
That was Tenset video in its own words, and telling you how it's trying to revolutionize the kind of bridge between the crypto market and the stock market, which is got this token a bit of backing from some high investors, which may be the reason why it's doing so well. But we'll jump into the price chart right now and you can judge for yourself how well it's doing. We've already seen on the Ethereum they're trading well over the $2 mark. So how's it doing on the Binance Smart Chain, on the BEP20 token? So as you can see here, obviously on launch, you see the token literally rises from the ashes and jumps straight up. And I could tell you that this price down here was straight out the bat at $1.40. And it rose all the way up to $3.60. And then as you do, obviously, it has a little bit of a drop off and the momentum sunk and it went down with a candle close at around about $2.70. Which is not far from where it is now. Now, obviously, it had a little bit of a relief rally and it carried on dumping as the people that want to get rid of the token. So this will be either the bots that brought it, the retailers that are sitting on the outside, or the kind of team and staff members or people that are influencers that have got any of the token have been selling off. Then obviously the outside come back in as a relief rally and the pattern sort of plays out to a nice tune, putting in kind of like lower highs. Similar pattern, it gradually goes up, drops, gradually goes up, drops, and then has a massive kind of investment buy-in where people can see it, as we always say on this, when it's hit the bottom, you can see it have a turn and then went from $2.13 all the way up to a candle close at $3.30, but it wicked up nearly at an all-time high, even off launch. And when this token then had its sell-off, because obviously people that have brought in down here have realized have made gains in a short space of time from here to here, they're looking at around about 60%. So then they've obviously wanted to sell off. And even when they've sold off, it's only gone down to $2.30 and rose back up. And now it's sort of found its bottom ground with strong support being around about here at the $2.50 mark. Although it's at $2.60 at the moment, the strong support's around about here, which is not bad considering your only all-time high of the token was $3.60. So this to me is looking a kind of strong area. Now, obviously you want to know, well, if we're looking, where would we buy in? What would we do with this token now? Well, I'm just quickly going to give you a couple of key areas. Then we're looking at where a dollar cost average buy-in would be on the way up, not on the way down, providing it finds strong support. Well, we already know $2.50 is a strong support. So then the next level for me would be around about here, because obviously there is a bit of resistance here and it could kind of wick down, but I think this will be your kind of area where you'd look to put your buy box. Now, when people say put your buy box, obviously that this is quite a big area. So this goes from $2.30 to $2.50. So it's like a 20 cents. But for me, in here would be a massive buy box. So you'd look for it to, if it broke this support, you'd look for it to go down, find where it hit. If it touched here and got rejected at this support, then you'd probably dollar cost averaging all the way up to this resistance here. And then you'd be in a strong position to either think, okay, it looks like it's going to get rejected at this resistance, we might sell and buy back in down here. Or if it breaks this resistance, turns this into support, then you've brought in really low and this then could be gradually climbing its way up to hopefully what you'd want to be looking at new all-time highs. But you definitely, as we like to advise on Ripto, not financial advice, just education, is we never buy on the way down. We always like to buy on the way up because you can never tell where the bottom's going to be until you get a reverse trend and a confirmation test on a resistance that's been turned into support. Now, obviously, you can never tell when the bottom's going to be. So that's why you try and narrow down your buy box as good as you can. So for me, this is a strong one to put on your radar. We can never say this is going to 100x, this is going to moon, because we don't talk a load of waffle or rubbish on this channel. We like to just say, look, this is where you need to be looking to buy in. Don't just think buy in at the peaks. We don't do no chart analysis. We don't look at supports and resistances, and then you just buy in blind and then you get ripped, because we don't want that to happen. Just do a little bit of TA. If you don't know how to do the charting, then just obviously look at what I do with my TA, and I like to find strong confirmations of supports where it's been hit as resistance down here in this area, and it's been hit as support area around about here. So when this does get broken and it falls down to the next level, which I mean a lot of people could say, if they were being conservative, would be around about here, but it's too tight. I mean, it probably wouldn't stay in that kind of area long. So you got to look for the next realistic kind of support, which for me would be one that's been hit here, all around here at the beginning, all around here, on every kind of bounce. This line will have been hit on every kind of like momentum. So for me, this would be another strong support if it broke through this one, and this would be your buy box on the way back up. So let me know what you think in the comments. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe bar, tickle that bell notification, and let me know if you think I'm chatting absolute waffle, or if you believe in a little bit about what I say and you believe that this is a good area and this is a good kind of chart analysis. Because we're not crystal ball holders. I mean, I can't come on here and blag you and talk a load of waffle and say, yeah, you know, getting this now, it's going to 100x, you're going to miss the boat, because that's not the right buying. We still have to look at a bit of the TA. We have to look at what it's been doing straight off the bat. We have to look what's going on socials, etc. And if this token does have viability. So as always, stay safe, trade smart, and don't get ripped.